And welcome back. Today we honor those who served and lost their lives defending this country. At the Palm Springs Air Museum, a tradition continues. The annual flower drop ceremony. 3,000 red and white carnations will fall from the sky. Here this morning to help us understand what all this is about is Fred Bell, who is on the board at the museum.
Yes,
I tell you, it is such a treasure to have this in our area, and it's one of the largest.
Yes. Well, the Palm Springs Air Museum was recognized by CNN as one of the top 14 museums in the world, one of the top 5 in the United States. And then we were talking about our military archive upstairs, which is one of the largest military archives on the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what's really nice this year, Fred? Usually it's hot out there,
yeah.
and people are like kind of like, okay, can we get
It's about
this going?
100 degrees. Yes.
But not today.
No, it's actually, I just left there a little while ago. It's beautiful and probably about 20 degrees cooler, so it's going to be much nicer to do this.
For the family.
You've got 3,000 carnations that are going to drop. You've got the red and the white, and there's significance between those two flowers.
The flowers represent all of the fallen from World War II all the way up to the Gulf War, and so the white and the white represent World War II, and then the colors go on and so forth,
I think it's really interesting too. The pilot who is going to fly that plane was the one who started this, how many years ago?
Well, the museum started in 1996.
Okay.
So we're working on our 25th pretty soon, and he was the Jim Dale's the first pilot that ever flew the drop.
Wow.
About 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's remarkable, and he's going to be back. You've got other military planes that are on display. What are some of the highlights for today?
Well, the thing today, we're going to be flying from about 9:30 on, and if you're a World War II fighter aficionado, there's a number of a P-51 and a P-63. We're going to be flying a jet, a T-33, which is the most complex airplane we fly. There's a 4-engine bomber, which is a PB-4Y, which is pretty representative of what flew in World War II, the big ones, and then of course the B-25. The B-25 that's there today is a movie star. It just finished Catch-22, George Clooney's film, so it just came in.
Really? And so do movie companies come to you when they need a piece of memorabilia like this?
They do. For about 10 years, in the last 10 years, you understand what practical effects, real airplanes versus CGI. Everything went CGI for a while. Now it's completely swung the other way, and they want the real airplanes again. So it's kind of interesting how it's changed, that we're flying real airplanes again. But we do see a lot of movie companies approach us.
Yeah.
We're seeing these beautiful pictures.
This is the Missing Man Formation.
Yes. And
Talk to us about that.
There's a B-25 there in the lead. And then you see the airplane with the red nose, that's a P-51. And then on the other side, that's a P-63, that's the Cobra. And in the back there is, looks like a Bearcat or a Hellcat, which is a Navy World War II airplane.
We know this is also a family event today. What can the kids enjoy?
Well, we have a kids play area. All the cockpits are open. Kids love buttons and dials.
Yes, they do.
And pretending to fly. So there's all kinds of airplanes open today. There is a kids area where they can run through all kinds of little exhibits. The museum has no barriers. So all the airplanes, you can get up and actually touch them and look at them. We feel very strongly about that. So for kids who are very tactile, they like to touch everything. This is a huge playground.
And it's a great opportunity, I think, for learning to know what really Memorial Day is all about. It's not about the barbecues, and it's not about, the travel and all that, although we've kind of made it that way. So this really is a good learning experience.
The ceremony is, we have the families, the fallen families. There's a number of families that have lost service members in the Coachella Valley. They come to this ceremony. They put roses on the the airplane. They're representing each one of their family members, and that's actually part of what happens at the event. It's tough for children to understand the gravity of it,
Right.
but I think if we can help them kind of understand patriotism, and then for the people who actually lost loved ones, it's a great sense of closure and remembrance.
An
Yes.
introduction for you.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the drop will be at 1 o'clock for the
1 o'clock.
carnations.
Ceremony starts at 1. We'll roll out everything.
We want to know what the weather's going to be like at
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
It's got to be
Jerry.
perfect.
Yeah, upper 70s, low 80s for highs today, and a little gusty at times, though, too. So the drop could blow those
We gotta
flowers
time
a
it
little
just
bit, but yeah,
right.
time it just
Okay.
right,
But that's
yeah.
okay too.
Yes,
Kind of
yes.
spread that around the valley a
Sure.
little bit. I
Yes.
think it's going to be great.
The kids love it, and when the flowers come down, and as I said, if you get the chance to come out there when they're actually
Falling.
coming down, it's an amazing experience.
Let's
Well-
get our selfie in today, our Memorial Day selfie.
All right. And we hope